Good morning, New Jersey. Welcome to the New Jersey Morning Show. I'm Lisa Marie Falbo. My co-host Cara DeFalco will be joining us in a few moments, but first let's run down what we expect to see here today. So we're talking about the debate on whether to observe Indigenous Peoples Day instead of Columbus Day and the removal of Columbus statues, plus a court decision that impacts charter schools in Essex County. We're going to tell you about Chunk the dog and his incredible journey. Plus, we're going inside Brick Lane Curry House, home to a curry dish that is so hot, if you finish it, you get a reward. But first, let's bring meteorologist Mike Favetta for a check on the weather. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Lisa. I got to say, I'm a little jealous. You posted some pictures of pizza last weekend. You had some amazing weather to do that. Some really beautiful skies across New Jersey, and yet we've got a really pretty feeling upcoming for this weekend. Maybe heavy on the clouds, but, after all the sunshine we enjoyed this week, I'm sure you got out to enjoy the sun.
It was perfect 10 days. Yesterday, the day before, absolutely stunning. So
yeah, it was really nice.
Bottle that up and have that all the time.
Well, that's the problem. The humidity really comes back this weekend, and it also comes in with some clouds. In fact, a lot of folks this morning watching from the shore points commenting on those clouds, given that temperatures are already holding in the 60s. So there's your 64 over by Patterson, back toward Parsippany, 62 down over in portions of, say, central New Jersey, over toward Califon. We'll enjoy another round of sunshine today, but through the rest of the afternoon, already clouds are moving in, and I'll show you that with the satellite picture. These clouds are working their way in through the course of the morning. Most of them remain offshore, and so places like Belmar down the shore toward LBI, starting your day with a cloudy scene, that will, however, transition to more sunshine this afternoon. So let's go over to the graphics, and you'll see that through the course of today, temperatures will ultimately climb to 80 degrees. Now, that will feel a little bit warmer than yesterday due to the extra humidity in the air, thanks to a wind off of the water, more of a southwesterly wind, and that in turn brings in more clouds for tomorrow. So the 3-day forecast has plenty of cloud cover on the way for tomorrow morning, and that will be followed by a couple showers off to the northern sections of the state. Beach locations should stay dry, but it's all about the searing heat that begins on Sunday, and we hit 90 degrees on Sunday, Lisa Marie, if we see more sunshine that returns by the end of the day, and we're still kind of working out just how thick that cloud cover will be on Sunday. By Monday, though, the sun is back in a big way, and you will find yourself by the pool or in the AC because there is a heat wave a-coming to New Jersey. Lisa Marie will tell you all about that coming up with another check of your forecast. Got to give you the 7-day details. It may feel like 100 come Tuesday. All that information coming up in a few minutes.
Well, luckily I have a pool to chill out in. How about you? Where do you go to chill out?
No, I go to my niece's house, and so we will, play in the splash pad, and we'll, fill up her pool and the splash table. So we call it Fina's Water Park because it's just a whole bunch of different cold, cool things and ways to keep cool, especially when it's going to be this hot next week.
Well, we're going to need it. Thank you so much, Mike. See you in a little bit. Okay, so the Randolph Board of Education has reversed itself following a public outrage over removing holiday names from its school calendar. On Monday, the Randolph School Board voted to overturn a decision made earlier this month to replace the names of holidays with just the phrase days off. Joining us now is Andre Dominio, Executive Board Member of the New Jersey-based Italian American One Voice Coalition. Andre, good morning. Thank you for joining me here today.
Good morning. Glad to be with you.
So this all started in Randolph over a debate on whether to observe Indigenous Peoples Day instead of Columbus Day. Now, I, like yourself, are very involved in Italian American causes around the state, so I fully know the outrage that this has caused within our community. Tell us what your viewpoint on all of that is.
Well, this was really a tremendous fiasco at this Randolph School Board. At their May 13th meeting, without any discussion or public input, a committee just put forward the switching of Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day, and it was passed unanimously by the school board. A tremendous outrage from local residents occurred, and then they called us in to help them from the Italian American One Voice Coalition. We wrote letters, emails, so forth, phone calls, and then they put it on their agenda for June 10th. and over 150 people showed up, and over 27 people spoke supporting Columbus Day instead of Indigenous Peoples Day. Listen, we've got nothing against Indigenous people, and they should be celebrated on their own days. They already have August 9th, the day after Thanksgiving, and the whole month of November. So they shouldn't take Columbus Day away. But what happened at the end of that meeting, believe it or not, Lisa Marie, is that their response was, instead of putting Columbus Day back, which was everybody demanding, they eliminated all the school holidays from their calendar and just called them days off. This caused an incredible outrage. And then they had to call a special meeting that just happened this past Monday. Over 400 people showed up, over an hour and a half, actually a 4-hour meeting with people just expressing outrage over this cancel culture situation. And then the board voted 8-1 to restore Columbus Day and the other holidays back onto the school calendar. So it was a big victory.
That is a big victory. And, I just have to ask why? Why cause all of this uproar?
Well,
You get an explanation?
It caused such division in the town. This really came from their Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. Now, that was the recommendation of that committee, the Inclusion Committee. But they wanted to eliminate such an important holiday to Italian Americans, and then they eliminated all the holidays. That's not inclusion, that's exclusion. And they were equal opportunity insulters because they insulted veterans. They took off the Jewish holidays, Martin Luther King Day, and of course, it all started with Columbus Day. And, as you probably know, Columbus Day is an important symbol to Italian Americans because of the discrimination, denigration, and even lynchings that occurred. And then in 1892, President Harrison, to apologize or atone for that treatment of Italian immigrants, had said, let's celebrate Columbus Day to celebrate the Italian Americans that were suffering so much during the 1890s and early 1920s. So Columbus Day is an iconic symbol. And also, the revisionists are making up a lot of fabricated lies about Columbus. All these things that they said he did are just not true if you check the primary sources.
Yeah. Well, let's shift gears to the Columbus statues, because we've seen them being removed all over the country. One of the latest last year happened in Newark, where the Columbus statue was replaced by a Harriet Tubman statue. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, again, that's an insult to Italian Americans. These are typically statues and monuments that were put up by the nickels, the dimes, and the dollars of Italian Americans themselves. And they were put up and they were welcomed for years. But then with this cancel culture that's occurring and this revisionists that are out there, they started attacking these statues, some of them being totally destroyed or them actually being removed. Now, the Italian American One Voice Coalition, we were called in West Orange, New Jersey, where the mayor moved the statue, the monument of Columbus. We couldn't get him to reverse his decision, so we had to take the next step, and we filed a landmark federal lawsuit to protect Italian American civil rights against the town of West Orange to have them put that monument back. Italian Americans have civil rights. We're a recognized group under the 14th Amendment, and attacking Columbus is attacking Italian Americans and actually America.
So any news that you would like to share on the status of that lawsuit?
Well, the status is still pending because we did file it on September 20th. It was during the pandemic, so the courts are backlogged, but we're prepared to go forward on a constitutional question on this. And candidly, I have to tell you, between what happened in Randolph and what we did in West Orange, New Jersey, that should really be a warning to other towns and other school boards in New Jersey and across the country. They shouldn't really be doing this, and they shouldn't go after Italian American heritage by attacking Columbus. And of course, there's this big outrage you see at school boards now regarding cancel culture and so forth. So this is all tied in with it because Howard Zinn, in his book in 1980, who's an avowed Marxist and anarchist, started to attack America by first attacking Columbus with these false stories. So that's why an attack on Columbus is really an attack on the underpinnings of our culture and this country, and of course, Italian Americans. So these towns and cities and school boards just shouldn't do it.
Andre, thank you so much for joining us here this morning. Where can people find out more about you and your organization? Well,
we welcome people to go to our website, which is the initials of our organization, iaovc.org, iaovc.org, and they could join with us, and we work with people across the country. And any community or anybody that needs help with a situation, contact us, and we're happy to get involved and support them.
All right. Andre, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, let's bring in my co-host, Cara DeFalco. How you doing, Cara?
Good morning, Lisa. Sorry, technical issues over here.
No, please. my whole life sometimes feels like one big technical issue. I feel
yes.
you.
But yes, got everything up and running. I'm here. That was a fantastic interview. It's a subject I'm completely fascinated by, honestly.
Yeah. Well, we're Italian Americans and, we have a vested interest in what's going on. So.
We do. I think I have a little bit of a unique view, only in that I say, if you don't want it to be Columbus, pick another Italian American. We got lots of people who contributed to this country. Yeah. Pick one. Yeah. Anyways, good morning, Lisa. Good morning, everybody. So we are talking about vaccines here in New Jersey. Governor Phil Murphy said Wednesday he expects that 70% of all adults in New Jersey will be vaccinated within the next few days. Murphy says the lower number of new infections is directly linked to the widespread use of the COVID-19 vaccine, and that would put us at that herd immunity once we hit that 70%. So that is fabulous news.
Yes, definitely. Kara, a golden retriever that was missing for 2 weeks was rescued from the Barnegat Bay. 2 state troopers responded to the report of a dog swimming there. They pulled 3-year-old Chunk safely ashore. 2 joggers recognized Chunk from posters and reported seeing him jump into the water near the Manahawkin Bridge. We hear Chunk was excited to be reunited with his owners after this ordeal. I cannot imagine 2 weeks with your dog missing.
No, I would not. I wouldn't make it. Someone would have to pull me out of a bay. I know you have human children. My dog is my baby, and I would. I would be like beside myself.
I just would love to know how he survived for those 2 weeks.
I know. You know what? They're canny. I don't worry so much about her surviving as me surviving if she were to go missing. I'd be like, you'll be fine. I'm the one who's going to have a meltdown.
But you know what? That is the storyline, I think, for the next great dog movie.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I love it. So the owners, like Hollywood, like you guys got to link up and get something produced because that has Hollywood written all over it.
I think we can make that happen for sure. Listen, next up, we are going to talk about a court ruling on charter schools, plus a California grocery store that's going to be opening here in New Jersey. The New Jersey Morning Show will be right back.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Butler Smith, and I'm the founder of Morph Mom. I'm thrilled to introduce our show, The Happy Hour. Each week, along with my 5 co-hosts, we will feature guest speakers who share personal journeys of strength and hope, along with tips and financial tools to bring inspiration to you to find your next step. You can watch The Happy Hour on News 12 Plus throughout the New York tri-state area. You can find us on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. on Verizon Fios Channel 530 or Optimum Channel 61. See you Sunday.
Welcome to Distinctively Outdoors. Here at Distinctively Outdoors, we help our customers seek the ultimate experience for the best outdoor design. Distinctively Outdoors provides award-winning products that you can have right in your backyard, such as breathtaking kitchens and appliances, custom pergolas, quality outdoor furniture, and our relaxing hot tubs. Visit our store today in Parsippany, New Jersey, on Route 46, or call us at 973-828-1288 to help you get started on your dream outdoor environment.
Welcome back to the New Jersey Morning Show. Let's bring in meteorologist Mike Favetta for a check on the New Jersey weather. Good morning, Mike.
Very good morning. Nice to see you this morning, Kara.
Yeah, nice. Thanks.
What? That's all good. You brought the sunshine. We've got clear sky. Hey, the sun is even coming out toward the beaches this morning.
Woo!
Yeah, I'll show you a picture of that. My aunt down along the shore in Belmar. Got a beautiful scene there. Look at that. Live
gorgeous.
view from Belmar on at 9 a.m. on a Friday morning. Pretty scene. So the early morning clouds starting to break up. And even as we go into the afternoon, I think we'll see more of that clear sky going into the rest of the day. You see right here some of those clear breaks throughout the rest of the day. So we'll take them, especially with the clouds forecast for later on this weekend. So we showed you the clouds right there, but I want to now talk about the temperatures of just how warm it will get with the heat and humidity. So you see New Jersey toward the right side of the screen. This is Tuesday afternoon. By the time we get to later on Tuesday, there'll be a little bit of that big heat that comes in that will eventually make for a really uncomfortable feeling. And this goes into probably the end of the week time frame. So notice that 95, 96 degrees right there where I'm circling. I'll circle it in yellow here, make it easier to see. That's the real big time heat that moves in toward the end of the week. And then we get into the Wednesday time frame, and it gets even warmer with the heat, haze, and humidity continuing to build, down toward places. If this is a vacation week for you, it's going to be even warmer there over in places of, say, D.C., Virginia. So all up and down the East Coast, you have some really big hot weather coming that will lead to a very uncomfortable scene. Let's head over to the weather computer because we have Friday's forecast for today. As we climb into the 80s, it will feel warmer through the afternoon, only due to that heat and humidity. And then we head into the weekend, and there is that chance of a bit of a shower, town by town, from Newark to Morristown. You see a little shower chance there through northern and central New Jersey. The coast, however, like Belmar and even toward Atlantic City, should stay clear. But the big jump in temperatures brings us into the 90s as soon as Sunday. That, combined with the humidity on the 7-day, will easily make it feel very warm once we get into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. Not only could we be looking at our long heat wave to wrap up June, but this may break a record for duration of heat wave, Kara and Lisa Marie, because we typically don't have heat waves not only in June, but ones that last 4 days at least to finish up the month of June. So this heat coming in a little early, specifically because summer just began 5 days ago.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So we're just going to have to make sure the ACs are ready and have some granita on hand.
Oh, that's a great idea. Strawberry or lemon or both?
Watermelon?
What? No, watermelon.
Watermelon granita, yeah.
Oh, Colmero. Interesting. All right.
I know a great recipe.
I will be waiting for the recipe on Kara's Cucina.
It's up there. It's up there. You'll find it. Thank you, Mike, so much. We appreciate it. Looking forward to all that heat. Well, at least New Jersey's Supreme Court on Tuesday upheld the state's decision to allow the expansion of 7 charter schools in Newark that rejected a challenge that argued that it would hinder the ability of students in traditional public schools to get a quality education. Joining us now is Harry Lee, the president and CEO of the New Jersey Charter School Association. Good morning, Harry. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
So, Harry, I think there's some confusion for folks. If you could just explain to us what is a charter school and why is it different from a public school or a private school?
Yes, so charter schools are public schools. They're open enrollment public schools that are operated by nonprofits. And so the major differences between charter schools and district schools are that charter schools have a nonprofit board of trustees. They also run on 5-year contracts, and so there's more accountability. But these are open enrollment schools that you can apply to, and there are no admissions criteria to get into a charter school. And these are also taxpayer funded.
Okay. So what was the basis behind the lawsuit, and how did they see charter schools as hurting public school education?
So what the Education Law Center said was that charter schools cause segregation, that they cause fiscal harm to district schools, and that the district could not provide a thorough and efficient education to students. The Supreme Court rejected these arguments. And so it was a unanimous 7-0 decision for charter schools and a huge win for Newark families.
So then, Harry, how have charter schools helped our state, especially students in Newark? And I know, we've being a journalist in the state for years, we've been talking about charter schools in Newark for a very long time. So what are the benefit then for the students who attend these schools?
Yeah, let me tell you about charter schools in Newark. These are some of the best open enrollment public schools ever created. We have 20,000 charter school students in Newark, another 8,000 on wait lists. What the Education Law Center wanted to do was kick out, force out, displace thousands of students from the schools that they love. That's insane. And so we're really pleased that the court found no evidence that charters cause segregation, no evidence that they cause fiscal harm to the district, and that they are still providing a thorough and efficient education to students. The Newark story, the education story in Newark, is a national success story. We see that a rising tide has lifted all boats, that both district schools and charter schools are both improving in terms of academic outcomes, graduation rates, and we believe that all kids should deserve a high quality education. We should be not pitting public school students against one another. And that's what ELC has decided to do for some reason.
So outside of Newark, do you see charter schools growing around the state?
So currently there are about 57,000 charter school students in the state, another 36,000 students on wait lists. And over time, the number of charter school students have been increasing, but we really need to authorize more great seats for kids, especially in our urban districts where there are 1,000 students that want to get into these great schools.
Harry, thank you so much for joining us this morning and kind of helping us out on this topic. We really appreciate it. Where can folks find you and the association online?
Yes, we're at njcharters.org. Please visit our website. And thank you so much for having me this morning.
Thanks, Harry. Have a great weekend.
You too. Take care.
Thank you. Kara, this will definitely pique your interest. A California-based discount supermarket is coming to New Jersey. Grocery Outlet is opening its first Garden State location at the Hamilton Plaza in Hamilton Township. The 20,000 square foot facility will feature off-brands and brands you are very familiar with. They're planning on opening in the fall. I am not familiar, but a new supermarket always excites me.
I know, right? It's like signs that you're getting older, right? We're like, ooh, a new grocery store.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see if they're going to bring their California twist into New Jersey. California prides itself on organic food, healthy living. So if we're going to be introduced to more brands like that, I am all for it.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I would be looking for as well. So I'm definitely interested to see what they come up with. Coming up next, we're going to show you what was swimming off the coast of Atlantic City last week. You may or may not like this one, Lisa. We'll be right back with the New Jersey Morning Show.
Hi, I'm Debbie Peterson, founder of the Wellness Gala. I'm very excited to bring you our television show, Balance Your Life with the Wellness Gala. Each week, we'll be bringing you experts in the fields of health, beauty, and wellness. We'll also bring you great tools and options to help you lead your most fulfilling life. You can watch Balance Your Life with the Wellness Gala on News 12 Plus throughout the New York metropolitan area. You can find it at Verizon Fios Channel 530 or Optimum Channel 61.
Welcome to Distinctively Outdoors. Here at Distinctively Outdoors, we help our customers seek the ultimate experience for the best outdoor design. Distinctively Outdoors provides award-winning products that you can have right in your backyard, such as breathtaking kitchens and appliances, custom pergolas, quality outdoor furniture, and our relaxing hot tubs. Visit our store today in Parsippany, New Jersey on Route 46, or call us at 973-828-1288 to help you get started on your dream outdoor environment.
Welcome back. So, Lisa, have you taken the baby to the beach yet?
No, and I was just texting, our private group chat offline. I thought this was the same story that we reported on last week, but no, this is another shark sighting.
Another shark sighting in New Jersey. Sorry, can you imagine? Look at this guy running into this thing. This is a nearly 900-pound, 11-foot-long great white shark pinged off the coast of Atlantic City last weekend. This shark's name is Freya, and she was tagged and continues to be tracked by OCEARCH, an ocean research organization. And I know that everybody kind of freaks out about this, but this is actually speaking to the health of the waters off of the Jersey Shore. But they are supposedly rather full of sharks this summer, just because I think of the lack of humans being out and about for the last year or so, the waters really had a chance to kind of come back. So I know they're a little scary, but they actually are a good sign. And I don't think they have too much interest in us.
Oh, I certainly hope not. But listen, if that is good news, like you said. I mean, that the water kind of, replenished itself and everything. But I don't want to.
But I think I'm just going to go do like Chicky-Chaki this summer. Like I might not be going all the way in.
No. Maybe it's just to the ankles.
As I say, yeah, just, Let's bring in meteorologist Mike Favetta.
Mike Favetta. I wonder if he...
No, with the shark. Absolutely not. No. And there was just a report in Long Island. Long Beach had another shark. There were some news outlets launching their helicopters because they were tracking the shark. I'm like, I was just at that beach last Friday. Too much. Lisa Marie, are you into are you staying away from the shark?
No, I'm not
Far
into
from it?
sharks.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not into
me neither. I mean,
No.
the picture alone kind of gives you the whole Sharknado vibe.
It does.
Yeah,
that
he was
this is
angry, or
what
she,
this is
right?
gonna be.
She was angry.
Right. We've got the Vaxxed and Wax Summer, and there's some sharks in there as well. So, yeah. Anyway, speaking of beaches, because we want to give you some more info onto the beach weather, the Weather Service recently launched a new wave prediction system, and this is really cool because it will help the lifeguards predict up to a week in advance when the rip currents will occur. So you see here the shades of red and yellow along the shoreline here on this map, and this essentially gives the forecasters and the lifeguards a little bit of an idea as to when and what day there will be dangerous rip currents and the probability of rip currents and where along the New Jersey beaches. So an excellent forecasting tool just in time for summer. So you can find this on any beach if you're traveling even down the shore or out to Long Island or even in Florida down towards, say, places along the Gulf Coast, the Treasure Coast. You've got great resources for you to use. We've got a great beach report for the upcoming week because with all of the high UV, all of the very warm water, and of course the hot weather, it'll be prime weather to head down toward the Jersey Shore. Plenty of sunshine to enjoy, water temperatures in the upper 60s, and the beach cast allowing for a pretty decent amount of sun. So the picture that I showed you earlier from Belmar showing the mix of clouds and sun, that looks like the best bet for the weekend. I don't think it's going to be a cloud-free sky this weekend on Saturday or Sunday, even towards Seaside and Belmar. Plan on a warmer finish to the weekend, but with the UV index nice and high and creeping up through the end of the weekend, anticipate some filtered sunshine with kind of that milky sky because those clouds will be hanging around. Now, it's a really hot week ahead beginning Monday. So on the 7-day forecast, you will see incredible heat that shows the actual air temperature, but when you factor in the humidity, Lisa Marie and Kara, it will easily feel like 100 away from the shore on Monday, maybe as warm as 101 or 102. So heat advisory criteria likely going to be in effect beginning Monday, as well as some of the poor air quality alerts for those with respiratory issues, because that tends to be a problem when the air is so stagnant and so kind of just gross.
Look at you worrying about serious things, and I'm sitting here going, I see some bad hair days coming up.
But the last 2 days with the humidity, how dry it was, wasn't it great?
It's been perfect.
It's been great. I didn't have the little flyaways. You guys, every person with long hair stopped me and said, thank you. How long does this last? And I gave him the bad news. Sorry.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's going to be ponytails and braids all next week. Mike, thank you so much.
You bet.
So listen, Lisa, Indian cuisine, one of the fastest growing things in our area, and Jersey City is one of the top places in New Jersey to find some amazing Indian food. Joining us now from the Brick Lane Curry House located at 136 Newark Avenue in Jersey City is Rahul Gupta and head chef Rashika Singh. I hope I am saying those correctly.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning.
So first, tell us about Brick Lane Curry House. What kind of things will we find there?
So, as you say, a British word curry. So the first thing you would find here would be this. Okay, then apart from like getting that with a good beer would be really good. Then
we hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. So apart from that, the most popular dish here is the tikka masala. It's a tomato-based creamy sauce with nuts, and apart from it's usually cooked with the tandoor roasted chicken. The chickens are already flavorful because it's already been prepared in tandoor. Then it's after that preparing, we put in the tikka masala gravy. So the most sellable or the most popular dish is that. And apart from that, people here usually come for the fall. So fall is known as one of the world's spiciest curry. and the concept was developed in Britain. So that's the thing. You can see in the Man versus Wild and stuff, all the cool stuff.
Even we are on YouTube, we have some videos on fall as well.
Yeah.
It's like there is 16 types of chilies in it. So if you finish that fall in half an hour, there is a beer on the house and a fall certificate and your picture on a fall of fame.
It does have like the Carolina Reapers, then the Ghost Pepper, in like the
habanero peppers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really spicy.
So
that sounds painful. Like I'm a very mildly spicy person. I would not even challenge it. Lisa, do you like spice?
I like spice up until a point. I would be scared to. I mean, I would take a forkful just to be adventurous, but.
Well, I did the same.
Yeah.
I did the same, and I was like, okay, just one forkful is fine. After that, no more. I couldn't complete this.
Has anyone completed it?
Mm-hmm. I couldn't.
No, but has anybody come in and
yes. We do have our guests in the most famous fall challenges are in New York, which is now in 79th 2nd Avenue. So people usually twice a week or thrice a week they complete it, and they're like they really enjoy it. So there was one girl in the Montclair location. So she complimented the chef, and the day I was there, and she told me like, I really taste the taste of ginger and garlic, and I was like stunned, because to me I just taste the chilies.
Just the chilies.
Yeah, and she tell me whatever we put in that. She told me she properly described me about that, and I was like, whoa. That's something very, very nice. And
I have to ask you, as a chef, what precautions do you have to take to prepare that dish? Because that stuff can't touch your skin, it can't get in your face. Do you need to
Yes, we need to have a proper kit to make it. So firstly, we do have, every time we do have our we put every stuff with our right hand. So the right hand should be in gloves, and then we usually take precautions to wear a gas mask, because when we saute the things up, like the chilies and stuff, it goes it's really spicy. Your nose can't take it. You would start sneezing. Trust me,
just the smell of it, I'm sure, coming off the pan, that aroma has got to kill you.
And apart from that, the curries, they really go good with cocktails. So we do have one of our Indian gin that's really nice. It really goes with our curries. So the drink is called
Lychee Martini.
And
it's made with Indian Jaisalmer gin. So it has lychee juice, lemon juice, and Indian Jaisalmer gin. We do have a full bar service in this restaurant, Brooklyn, Jersey City. We do have happy hours. So in happy hours is buy one get one free drinks on the house, and there is 50% off on anything which is sizzled, which means so any items comes from tandoor, there is 50% off. So from Monday to Thursday, from 2 to 6, we have happy hour, and Friday, Saturday, we have from 2 to 5 p.m.
Mm-hmm. And apart from that, as I said, the part of sizzle, the one thing that is must try, you should try, is the tandoori chicken. You should try.
Is that your favorite dish?
Yes.
Okay.
That's my favorite. Yeah, because once I came here, twice. When this restaurant opens up, twice I came here when I'm having off, just to get beers, just to get cocktails, and be drunk for a day on my off days. So that's one thing that I love too, because it does have the proper amount of spices to go with the cocktails. So that's one thing. You should get it.
And we do have some Indian beers. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, well, I was going to say, I know you're in a really cool street in Jersey City. I'm very familiar with Newark Avenue. Do you want to give us a little tour of your spot?
Yes, absolutely. So that's our bar.
That looks
Very
amazing.
soft.
Then we do have some Indian single malt called Paul John.
Wow, I've never tried that before.
Yeah, Rampur. Then we have some famous single malt and Scotch, blended Scotch as well. Then we have some drafts. Then coming to some Indian beers, we have Taj Mahal, Flying Horse, Old Monk, 1947, and Kingfisher. So basically, Kingfisher and Taj Mahal is one of the famous beer in United States from India. So whoever comes to Indian restaurant, they always look for Kingfisher or Taj Mahal. So
One of
do have
those.
That.
Yeah.
Rockwell, can you spin us around so we can see the dining space?
Yes. So coming to our dining room. So this is the back of the restaurant.
Oh, wow, it's beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful decor. I love it.
Nice, thank you. And that's the other side of our restaurant.
So about how many tables do you guys have?
Right now we have 14 tables.
Okay.
But very soon we're gonna have more. And that's our bar. Looks from outside.
From the other side.
And that's our front door.
Awesome. So how do you guys recommend should folks make a reservation with you guys, particularly on the weekends? I mean, I'm sure walk-ins are welcome, but I'm going to assume reservations are recommended.
So on weekends we prefer reservation. So we are on both. We are on Open Table as well as on Resi. So we do prefer reservation on weekend, but in weekends only sometimes we do have walk-in available as well. So now we have bar sitting, so we don't take reservation for the bar sitting. So if anybody walks in, we have some space for them as well.
Very cool. Guys, thank you so much. That chicken tandoori sounds amazing. I am going to definitely have to make my way out there. I know I'm going to try. And I've never had like an Indian beer or an Indian liquor.
Beautiful cocktail, God Save the Rani.
That lychee martini sounded amazing. I definitely am going to have to try that out as well. Guys, thank you so much for joining us this morning. My mouth is watering. I happen to love Indian food. I think it's so delicious. Thank you guys. We really appreciate it. Have an amazing weekend.
You too.
You too. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Those dishes sounded very interesting.
I don't mess with peppers like that, like ghost peppers, chili pepper, Carolina Reaper. No, I have seen in real life what that does to a human being. It is not fit for consumption. I'm sorry.
No. I want to meet that person that was able to differentiate between the ginger,
the
and
garlic. There's
being
nothing left in your mouth at that point. How does that even happen?
I have no idea.
She is superhuman for sure.
Well, speaking of superhumans, the legendary Elton John is embarking on his final Farewell Yellow Brick Road tour, and it includes a stop at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford on Saturday, July 23rd, 2022. He is also playing a show that was postponed. That one will happen at the Prudential Center in Newark in February. Tickets go on sale June 30th at Ticketmaster. It's so exciting that all of these concerts are getting booked and we can see our favorite artists live and in living color again.
I cannot wait to get to it. Like I have no tickets booked yet, but I have to get online and start looking because I am dying to go see some live music this summer for sure.
Definitely. So speaking of music, Kara, you and I are the same age. Were you a Britney Spears fan?
I was, yes.
Okay, well, are you familiar with what's happening this week? It really was a monumental day in the Britney Spears history. So for the past 13 years, she's been under something called a conservatorship. Her father placed her under that in the state of California when she had her much talked about breakdown in 2007.
That I remember.
For the first time in 13 years, she spoke out to the judge to talk about that it really isn't all cracked up to be what her father did. Some of the facts here. Her boyfriend can't drive her around in his car. She has an IUD implanted in her to prevent her from having children. She cannot get married. She also outlined how professionally and personally she's been exploited. Her family put her under lithium and countless therapy treatments that really aren't needed. I listened to the testimony live and it shattered me because this is someone that I looked up to, since high school. And she seems like a sweet, innocent soul that just was taken advantage of by so many people, including her family. So I hope that with her testimony this week, she'll be taking the steps to get out of the conservatorship so she can live the life that she wants, whether that's in the spotlight, home in Louisiana, because she deserves everything good in the world after going through an ordeal like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, my heart really broke for her when she kind of had that meltdown and like just people couldn't leave her alone. And that was the thing that triggered all of this. And maybe at the time she did need it. She needed someone to kind of hold her hand and guide her. But I don't think, like you said, it's been 13 years. Like she seems well and capable.
Yeah. And she cited too, Miley Cyrus is smoking, doing drugs on the VMA stage, but like I'm under a conservatorship. So, 13 years ago, the mental health conversation wasn't there. Now it's in the forefront. So I'm hoping that things can change for her.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I know a lot of people have been following it. I haven't followed it as deeply, but it's kind of been on my radar for sure.
Yeah. Well, let's check in with meteorologist Mike Favetta. Mike, when you were younger, were you getting down to Baby One More Time?
Yeah. Yep. All right. You got me. I wasn't listening. Sorry.
Oh, there.
We were talking about
I was reading Kara's recipe for the watermelon granita because it really threw me for a loop. And I'm like, all right, how good is this watermelon recipe? Sorry to just change the subject and take over the show.
Yeah, that's why we love you.
Okay. All right. Because I'm looking at this and I went, watermelon mint. Wow, that's a really good idea. This classic Sicilian dessert, now found all across Italy, did not know this, is the perfect sweet treat to celebrate the good old US of A. So there is a little Italian-American influence with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. You can head over to Instagram because I posted the recipe there. So you just go over to Mike and you swipe up and you're all set. Okay, what was your question, by the way?
You're more popular than me. You got the swipe up feature and things. Jeez.
I try. It's the interns that teach me. They know it all. I'm
I
like
need one of them
when it comes to social.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah. Okay.
So the question was, were you a Britney Spears fan growing up?
Oh, I am. No. Did I say yes? I said yes to that.
You did say yes. You did. And
Sorry.
we have it on tape.
This is what happens. We'll have to edit that out.
When you're
before it
reading
posts.
recipes instead.
When I'm reading recipes. Oops, I did it again. Hey, we've got some great weather. We've got some really nice weather. It's Friday. It's Friday, and it's been one heck of a week. And it's about to get busy in the weather department because we've got a really hot week ahead, including this weekend. So I can't believe I said yes to that. Let's head over to this weekend's weather. The outdoor dining forecast, in fact, for tonight looks pretty good. With the forecast holding dry, I don't think there's any rain on the way for this evening, but tomorrow morning, likely see a few morning sprinkles. So with the warm weather ahead, typically that allows for the pollen to proliferate. However, we've pretty much passed peak tree pollen season, so that's back to the low levels. Grasses and weeds kind of depends what day they mow the lawn, to be honest, because now we're entering kind of the localized pollen season where if your neighbor mows the lawn, yeah, you're going to notice a little bit of a higher pollen count in your immediate vicinity, and any pollen reporting station that's near large fields where they do a lot of landscaping will obviously skew a little bit higher. If you find yourself out, say, hiking in the mountains or the woods, no grass pollen for you. So that's kind of how that works for the rest of the season. But still, typically when we have some really warm afternoons, the pollen tends to trend a little bit higher. Now, the 7-day forecast has a lot of heat and humidity. You see the temperatures climb into the 90s as soon as Sunday. However, by Monday and Tuesday, the low 90s linger even through Wednesday. This does not count the humidity. So typically when the heat and humidity combine with the heat index, you would get a heat index of 95 or higher. That would trigger a heat advisory. We will easily see some heat advisories pop up for those 95-degree days, at least 2 days in a row. The question is, will we see the excessive heat warning? And that's kind of the next level on the levels of heat because if at any point the weather feels like it's 105 or greater, again, in the shade, and it could across some places in the Philly area, the Philadelphia suburbs typically get much hotter than the shore and the northeastern corner of New Jersey. I think that's where we'll ultimately bring back a little bit more of that heat through the middle of the week. The trouble is, Lisa Marie and Kara, that we also don't cool off at night because the temperatures at night stay in the upper 70s. And that's unusual for late June because we typically get that real big heat and humidity toward like late July. So this is running about a month early, and we haven't seen heat like this in New Jersey, well, on record, to have all of this hot stretch of weather for the end of June. So running a little bit early, running a little hotter than usual, and I think that we'll enjoy the cool down when it comes, probably a week from now.
Oof. Wow. All right. We'll get the hair product ready. We'll get the ACs ready.
I know. I don't know Britney Spears collection, so I drop another reference, but it's kind of the end of my knowledge with that.
Your knowledge of Britney Spears. We do appreciate that. That first one was right on point. It was good.
Have a great weekend, Mike.
You too. Have a good one.
All right, Lise, I think that is it for us today. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Remember, the New Jersey Morning Show is live every Friday morning starting at 9 a.m. right here on NJ On Air, njonair.com. You can follow us on Facebook and watch the show live there as well, and also on YouTube. So we're all over the place coming to you, talking New Jersey. Lisa Marie, thank you for co-hosting with me, as always, my dear friend.
Yes, thank you so much. We'll see you right back here. Everybody enjoy your weekend and make it a good week.
Absolutely. Bye.